Hey guys, Zuri here, welcome back to another top 5 video. In this video we're going to be talking about the top 5 scariest slash creepiest maps in Zombies. Now, Zombies is not that scary, I will admit that. Maybe it was scary when I was younger and I was about 11 years old playing Zombies when Call of Duty World at War came out, but it's not that scary. But there are a few maps that can leave a scar if you're either very young or you're a little bitch like me. So let's get right into the video. So coming to number 5 spot, we have Doris. Doris isn't that scary, but there's only a few Zombies maps, more than a few, but there's a few Zombies maps and most of them aren't that scary. But Doris is one of those maps where it's kind of scary if you're a younger player or you're a little bitch like me, or it could not be scary at all. It's just whether you fall in which ballpark. The reason why I think it's a bit creepy is because you feel a sense of abandonment when playing Doris, because if you don't know, Doris was occupied by Group 935 who done work on Element 115 and the zombies in general, and when the zombies got out of hand they fled it, and that is why Doris is full of zombies today. You just feel like with the radios around the map you really get a sense of people have just fled 935 because of the overpowering zombies and stuff like that. You've got the Hellhounds, which is obviously Fluffy, and you can hear radios about that as well. When Fluffy's getting turned into the Hellhound you hear Samantha like crying as well. There's blood everywhere, there's dragged zombies, and there's just like loads of drawings on chalkboards about the plans to overtake the world, and it's just an all-round really creepy map in my opinion. Coming into number 4 spot, we get into these maps where are actually quite scary now if you're a massive bitch like me. Now, Buried for the most part isn't that scary. It is just one place that frightens the shit out of me, and you know what I'm talking about. The Witch's House, or the Bitch's House I call it. The Witch is fucking scary. It was only like a couple of months ago I actually bought Doris for like the first time and I played it. Went into the Witch's House, I went behind the hidden cupboard and a fucking witch was in my face, literally in my face, and I was on my own and I screamed. It was so fucking scary for me. I don't know why, but you can just hear they're flying towards you, because you know you've got that typical horror theme where girls in white dresses and that. It's pretty similar to that when you see the witches. Now, the rest of the map isn't that scary. It's a bit creepy I would say, but it's not that scary compared to the Witch's House, and I actually hate going to the Witch's House to get to the Pack-a-Punch. I just find it so scary. It's actually one of the things where I'm just like, I really don't want to go to the Pack-a-Punch because I have to actually go through the Witch's House. It's not too bad on the way back, but on the way there where you've got the hidden cupboards and they literally pop out of every corner, is definitely one of those maps that are scarier than the rest. This is going to be a surprising one, but coming at number 3 we have Mob of the Dead. Now, the reason why it's surprising and I've only put it at number 3 is because I think it's more towards the creepy side than the scary side. Now, this is the scariest and the creepiest maps, but a lot of people actually get scared of this, and I'm not too sure why. I mean, sure, it's got the bodies hanging from the ceiling and it's got all those, just all the aspects like the blood on the wall. Your Brutus just comes up and rises from the sky, where if you watched my first room challenge on Mob of the Dead, I actually screamed because he just popped up out of nowhere. That was a certainly scary thing for me. But apart from that, and the jump scares, of course, if you do the jump scares, it's absolutely fucking horrifying. But if you get used to all of this kind of stuff, it's not that scary at all, but it is definitely creepy, and that is why it comes at number 3. Blood just everywhere, and you've got the Citadel tunnels, which is actually a scary thing. I think a big factor that plays a part of the creepiness on Mob of the Dead is the music. The music is very, very creepy. When you're changing rounds, you've got that high ding, and you've got when you're running around certain areas, certain music starts playing. It's definitely kind of creepy, but I don't think it's scary, so that's why it only comes in at number 3 spot. But let's get into number 2. Coming in number 2 spot, we have Zombie Verrückt. Now, Zombie Verrückt is one of those maps where I think is actually quite scary and creepy at the same time. The main factors that make it scary is the background noise. If you go to certain parts, if you hold X on the incinerator for example, you will hear screams of like a child, and it's just like, oh my god, a child has literally burned in the fucking incinerator. That is what makes Verrückt scary. If you go to certain walls, I think the wall with the Thompson, if you go towards there, you will hear people screaming over out the map, and that is definitely scary. And the abandoned asylum, that theme, that is definitely something to be scared about, and you just think like little girls just gonna pop up in your face. You got Screamer in 2, 1. I'm joking, there's not gonna be a screamer, that would be fucking horrible. Yeah, I think Verrückt is definitely one of those maps where it's just like, oh my fucking god, I'm going to die. But there's one more map that comes in at number 1 spot where I think it's truly scary. Coming in at number 1 spot, we have Nacht and Toten. Now, people place this lower in the list, and I really not sure why. The reason why I placed it at number 1 is because when I first played this map, back in Call of Duty World at War days, back in 2008, when I was only about 11 years old, I believe, or maybe younger than that, I played Zombies, and I was scared to play it on my own. I was like, oh my fucking god. it was only until, like, I think when Black Ops 1 came out, I was not scared to play it on my own, but I was just like, I don't really, I'm a bit creeped out by the zombies, because Nakto and Totem, their main creepiness comes with the setting, but it also comes with the zombies. The zombie sounds in Nakto and Totem are absolutely scary as fuck. I don't know why they didn't implement that in other maps. I know they improved on it, but the zombie sounds now aren't that scary. But if you hear Nakto and Totem, it's got like an echoey tone to it, and it's fucking creepy. Not to mention that the place itself is also run down, and you've just got the moonlight. The moon's the only source of light. It's just absolutely, it's creepy as hell. I think the factor that is one of the first zombie maps to ever be created is just really, it plays a big factor in it as well, because everyone went into the zombies map as an Easter egg at the end of the campaign and were like, oh my god, what is this? I'm guaranteed that every person that went into that felt a slight feeling of uneasiness. Like, they were just like, oh my god, this is a bit creepy. You expect something's gonna happen. It's all the mist that plays along as well. It's full of fog. The good fog though, it's not like fucking dirty fog. It was the fog that added a lot of atmosphere to the game, and it's just a very creepy map in general, so that's why it comes in at the #1 spot. This is my opinion, guys, so don't hate if you disagree with me. If you do have any other thoughts on it though, make sure you do post a comment down below. I will read all my comments and I'll reply to all my comments, so make sure you place your list in the comments below. Say what top 5 you want to see next. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you're new here, click that like button. It really helps me out a lot. Also, click that subscribe button if you're new here as well. Helps out a lot too. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.